Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today I have the latest Amber Plans Her Day Explore More sticker book to share with you. This releases on Friday, May 23rd at 8 a.m. Mountain, and you can use code Elise10 for a discount on your order. I do need to apologize about my voice. I lost it quite a bit at GOWild in Indianapolis, and it is still coming back, but we have products to share with you. So this is the Explore More sticker book. There are 9 different destination collections with scenes, smaller icon, and boxes and lists to make a fun travel-inspired spread. So first up, these are so beautiful. They're like, they're clear stickers. I have trouble getting these off. I always have trouble. There we go. These are clear stickers with like a watercolor background. So really beautiful. And I'm definitely seeing like some Greece inspired here. So these are gorgeous. And then you have other smaller like icon style elements that are going to go along with it. And they're really beautiful. I love the lemon tree, even like the turtle here. And then you're going to have the boxes, bullet points, and checklists that go along with it. So it's going to pull in from some of the colors that you see here. So you have full boxes, squares, thirds, quarters, checklists, and bullets, and then a sidebar. Then we are going to Italy, I believe. I'm seeing like pasta here. I'm seeing Venice, a beautiful fountain. This reminds me of Positano. I've never been, but from photos. And then, yes, we have the Italian flag. This is upside down right now, just probably with spacing, because if it was turned over, you wouldn't be able to have like the flag pole here. So it will be right side once it's turned over. But even a cannoli, pizza, Italy is a dream destination for me. And then you have the same functional stickers. Now we are going to Paris. We have the Moulin Rouge over here. I think it's the Moulin Rouge. We have the Eiffel Tower back here. So just some really beautiful scenes. I love the wine. I love wine. I like even the shadow that's on here. You've got a beret. We have some macaroons. We have the, I'm going to butcher the way you say it. I like the English way would be Arc de Triomphe, but I know that that's not how it should be said. And here's an example of what the flag looks like when it's right side up. And then we have our functional stickers. Now we are going, where are we going here? I know that these are recognizable. I'm thinking maybe Taiwan or Japan. I'm just not entirely sure, but these are just beautiful. At first I was thinking Taiwan because of the elephant, but I feel like some of these scenes are more like Japan. And then you're going to have fresh food. We've got a little cart. You've got an elephant, a boat, little market, and then the functional stickers. Now we are in Mexico, I believe. This looks very Mexican. This looks like Mexican architecture. And you also have the desert here. We've got some chips and guac and some fresh tacos. Yes, these are beautiful. And then the Mexican flag. Did this one have a flag that maybe I can confirm with? No, I don't see a flag here. Okay, it's like maybe I could confirm, but I don't see one. And then we've got our functional boxes. Next up, we are in, where are we now? Oh, Canada. I saw this and I was like Seattle, and then I saw the maple leaf. But I was like, no, this isn't, this is Toronto, I believe. Yeah, this is Toronto. And of course we're in Canada. We've got hockey, we've got a maple leaf, we have poutine. This is pretty. And our functional stickers. Now we are going somewhere tropical. This may not have like a specific identifier, but this is definitely a tropical destination. Yeah, I don't think there's anything fully specific. I'm almost saying like Fiji, oh, Hawaii maybe? This could be Hawaii with the lays. And function. Next up, we are going to America. We've got Route 66, we have Mount Rushmore, we have Hollywood, we have the Santa Monica Pier, this is Central Park, and we have some mountains as well. And we have the Empire State Building, baseball, little gas station, merry-go-round. So some fun traditional American things. These could even be used for like a 4th of July spread, or Memorial Day, as we're heading into that. And of course, the red and blue. Now we're just going a little bit more generic with like an airplane. We have the globe, a globe. We have the map, some travel, little neck pillow. I was missing a neck pillow when I was coming back from Indianapolis. And function. And then we have some travel quotes. Travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. Investment in travel is an investment in yourself. We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. Never stop traveling, never stop exploring. But first, travel. Travel has a way of stretching the mind. To travel is to live, explore, and adore. The world is yours to explore. Travel more, worry less. Let's travel the world. Roam free and explore. Explore more, explore the unknown. Go, see, do. Adventure is calling. Escape the ordinary. See the world one trip at a time. Wanderlust, adventure. Let's go somewhere. Life is a journey, not a destination. Adventure awaits. Wander more, worry less. And so the adventure begins. Life is better in the adventure. Adventure is worthwhile. Not all those who wander are lost. Go where you feel most alive, and let's run away. Then we have a travel bucket list. Well, this page isn't a travel bucket list, but you can make a travel bucket list. Collect moments, not things. It is better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Jet lag is for amateurs. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I love that one. Just go. I haven't been everywhere yet, but it's on my list of the places you'll go. Enjoy every moment. Take a trip, free your soul. Every picture tells a story. Dare to live the life you've always wanted. Take me anywhere. Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. So that is our Explore More sticker book by Amber Plans Her Day. So instead of a traditional plan with me in a spread, we're going to work in my journal a little bit because today's Tuesday and my journal is not set up for this week. So we're going to do that now. And as I do that, I also wanted to share with you a little bit about my experience coming back from Indianapolis. So if you saw my GOWild swag video, I shared a bit about the conference. There's more to come, but what's like still on my mind right now was trying to get home from Indianapolis. So I'm going to talk about that. I originally had a flight at 8 a.m. and the flight from Indianapolis to, well, let me back up even further. I talked about this a little bit a few weeks ago. Originally, I had flights from Newark Airport, which is my local airport, to Indianapolis. And then because of all of the things happening at Newark Airport with like air traffic controllers on strike, James and I both felt that it was just going to be kind of a safer decision for me to fly out of LaGuardia, which is in Queens, New York. It should be about 45 minutes away, but traffic trying to get into Queens is never easy. So it's a little bit further. Anyway, my flight coming home was supposed to be at 8 a.m. I heard that the airport was going to be really crowded. So my friend Marielle of Mom and a Girl with Plans, her flight was at like 7:30. So we left the Indianapolis hotel at 5 a.m. We actually rode to the airport with Tisa of This Is Tisa. And then took a really long time to get through security, but I was on time. I was good. Then just before, I'll put a quote here. I'm gonna use this one. Just before I boarded, they said that they were overbooked and they were going to offer $700 to anyone who would give up their flight and get on a different flight. And I was like, $700? That's a lot of money. Like staying in my own room at GOWild cost almost $1,000. So I was like, 700 is a really good amount. So I agreed to that. And they were like, okay, there's a plane boarding right now to Atlanta. You'll have a 1-hour layover in Atlanta, and then you will fly to LaGuardia. So I was going to get home originally at 10:10. This new plan was going to get me home at 12:45. So like only a 2.5 hour difference. Not bad and worth the $700. So I thought. So as I was on the plane, first of all, I didn't consider the fact that this is really cute, by the way. I'm not like talking as much about what I'm doing here because we're just kind of telling a story. So these are Planner Kate weekday headers, by the way. So as we are on, what I didn't think about is that they were going to stick me in whatever seat was available. So I was in the middle row in the back of the plane between two men who didn't seem to realize that like it's not really appropriate to have your entire arms going over the seats. So I was very much squished like this on the plane, but it was fine. The problem was that we hit really bad weather. So not only was there extreme turbulence, but we couldn't land. We were circling in the air for an extra 90 minutes. And I had asked the flight attendant if once we landed, she'd be able to help me kind of get off the plane rather quickly because I was going to miss my connecting flight. And she was like, no, don't worry. If we can't take off, if we can't land, your connecting flight can't take off. And I was thinking, well, once we do land, my connecting flight can take off and I may miss it. But it just wasn't something they were going to let me do. So we land finally and got off the plane. It took a while because I was all the way in the back, but I went to my gate for the flight back to New York, which was only a couple of gates away, and I missed it by just a few minutes. So I understand that it may not be protocol to try to let someone off the plane. I have been on flights before though, where they've made an announcement like as they're landing and said, we have people trying to connect. If you could just stay seated and let the person off, but it's fine. Not a big deal. So I land and then I met with the service desk who told me that the next flight out that had room on it was going to be at 8:30 p.m. And I just like broke down. I was like hysterical in the Atlanta airport because I had gotten 4 hours of sleep the night before because GOWild goes late the last night with Plan Jamma. And I couldn't imagine getting home so much later, especially because I didn't take off work Monday. I usually take off work Monday after GOWild, but I've exhausted my PTO because of the trip to Disney a few weeks ago, and there was just no way that I was going to be able to take off. I was tired. I missed James. I wanted my bed. So anyway, I was on the phone with my mom. I was on the phone with James. We were trying all these different options. There were a ton of flights going to LaGuardia from Atlanta, but they were all completely booked. What date do I need here next? I need Friday. Missing Friday. Friday, here it is. So as I'm like crying and trying to calm myself down, I'm texting Heather of Kelva Plan all of what's happening just to like keep her updated. And before I knew it, she was like, you are going to get on the train at the Atlanta airport, go to Terminal C. I'm on the phone right now with Southwest customer service, and I booked you a flight at 3:45. Heather has a lot of Southwest points, so she used her points to book me a flight. As I'm getting on the train to do that, she's like, there is now at this point, it's probably like 11 a.m. Like it's so early in the day compared to how early I got up. So she was like, there's a 12:45 flight that isn't letting me book, which probably means it's full, but go there and get on standby. So I went to the desk and I told them that I wanted to get on standby for the 12:45 flight. And they were like, the flight's completely booked and everyone's checked in. You're not going to be able to get on it. And I was like, okay, is there any, downside in putting me on standby? And they were like, no, we'll put you on. So they put me on standby. I was the first person on standby and I made it on the flight. I was a little nervous about the flight because as I was at the gate watching everyone else board to see if I'd be able to get on standby, there was like an entire middle school on the flight and they were quite rowdy at the gate. Like even the gate agent said to their chaperones, if they can't listen to me here, I'm not going to let them on the plane because I'm not confident that they're going to listen to us in the air, and that's a safety issue. So I was like, I'd say 70% of the flight was this middle school. And I thought it was going to be the loudest flight of my life. So with Southwest, it's open boarding. So you get on the plane and you sit wherever there is an open seat. So I got on the plane and I saw that they were mostly sitting in the back, and I saw an open window seat somehow right in the front row or the second row, and just dove in basically. So we're still going with the story. So I land. It's still a pretty bumpy flight because the weather wasn't great, but it's fine. I was getting home. So I land and I needed to go get my luggage because my luggage landed at 10 o'clock in the morning when my original flight was supposed to land. So I go to baggage claim and I see signs for Southwest and I see signs for all different airlines, but I don't see a sign for Delta. I never fly Delta. My original Newark flight was United. I love United. So I go into I did see a United one. So I go into the United and I said, do you know where I can find my luggage that flew Delta? They were like, oh, you're in the wrong terminal. You have to go down the escalator. You have to get on the shuttle bus. Then you have to go to the next terminal. That's where your luggage will be. So I don't know if you've ever been to LaGuardia Airport, but it is not a small airport, and traffic is a nightmare. And it took it was like a 15-20 minute shuttle bus ride just to get one terminal over. So I got to the proper terminal. I waited in a very long line. And finally, I got my luggage. I went to the bathroom. I got out of the bathroom, and my amazing James was standing there waiting for me. James, who sat in almost 2 hours of traffic to come get me because there was so much traffic getting into Queens. So it was quite the long day, but I got home by like 7, I think. The day started at 5, leaving the hotel. So it was a very long process, but it could have been worse. And then, which was my biggest fear, my flight ended up getting, not the right. Why am I in April here? What did I do? Okay, we're going to jump back. Sorry, I got so distracted. I wasn't even paying attention. So my original flight, well, not original, but the flight I was supposed to be on at 8:30 at night or whatever got delayed. I wouldn't have gotten home until midnight. And Heather saved the day. She is someone I am so grateful for. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So now I've like decorated beyond what we were supposed to decorate. That's what happens when I don't stop talking and pay attention to what I'm doing. But you know what? This is okay because instead of a weekend review, I'm actually going to kick this to Monday because it's Memorial Day weekend. So I'm so grateful to Heather because she got me home so many hours earlier than I was supposed to. I don't know if it was all worth it for $700. I'm not going to turn my nose to $700 and say it's not a lot, but after such an intense weekend being away and being so exhausted from GOWild and knowing that I had to work the next day, and I also have a really busy week. Like last night, I had plans with James's sisters. Tonight we have a fundraiser. Thursday we're leaving to go down the shore. Like it just feels like there wasn't any time to recover from the trip. All I wanted to do was get home. So I got home, I worked yesterday, I sent Heather flowers for being the most generous and kind person, and she's such a problem solver. Like my mom and James were trying to help, they really were. They were looking up other flights, they were sending me info for flights. The problem is though, those flights were all full. Heather was able to just get on, find me a flight and book it, and she got me home, and then James got me home because he picked me up. And I had offered to Uber because he was at a birthday party that he left to come get me. But he was like, the drivers have been so crazy lately. I just want to make sure that you get home safely. And he did. He made sure I got home safely. So back to the $700. It'll be great when I'm using it for something and I don't have to spend that money out of my pocket. But at the time, it was rough. Okay. Now, because today is May 20th, I actually want to journal about yesterday. I'm not going to talk through it because my voice really does need a break, but I'll come back and I'll talk to you a little bit about how I journal. Okay, so it took just a few minutes, but my journaling is pretty brief. My process just kind of talks about my day and how I'm feeling. So while it was hard to be back to work today, it felt good to be productive and in a routine. Midday, my neck and shoulder were hurting so badly, but I was able to get a chiro appointment. I've been dealing with some neck and shoulder issues lately, and I just couldn't get past the pain yesterday, and I texted my chiropractor, and luckily he fit me in at 5:30. So I finished work at 5, drove to the chiropractor. Then I went to Whitney's, who is James's younger sister's future sister-in-law, with Kim and Jen, his sisters, to work on Kim's wedding plans. She asked me to be a bridesmaid, and we mapped out ideas for the engagement party, bridal shower, and bachelorette party. It was a late night, but we had so much fun, and I was honored to be included. I'm not going to journal yet because I'm on my lunch break on Tuesday. My day's not over. So I'm not going to journal yet for today, but I'm really happy about how these came out. I just think that they're soft, they're pretty. It also gives me a little bit of travel vibes because I will tell you it's going to be a while till I travel again. And luckily, I don't need to, besides car. We're going down the shore this summer a lot. I will be in Texas in August at the Hell of a Plan anniversary event. But other than that, I don't have any plans to get on a plane. So I'm so grateful that I got home okay. But that was my story. So this is again, the Explore More sticker book by Amber Plans Her Day. This releases on Friday, May 23rd, 8 a.m. Mountain. Code Elise10 will give you a discount on your order. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.